everyone, I'm Kelly and this is my channel, Kel's Stitches. This is a place where I talk about my addiction to cross stitching and everything that goes with it. Today is Monday, 5th of September 2022 and this is Flosstube number 16. If you are a new viewer, welcome. Thank you for coming over and subscribing, and I hope you continue to enjoy what I have to offer. If you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back and sticking with me through this. Oops, down. I'm just turning my phone off so we don't continuously get the dings of notifications. Thank you for coming back and sticking with me through this journey that I'm taking on Flosstube. So as of yesterday, I have reached officially over 500 subscribers on YouTube. So that was my next, what can I say? My next level that I was wanting to reach, and I will do a few giveaways at the end of this video. I would like to say thank you to Lynn at the Lancashire Stitcher and Alara, who is Alara the Stitcher, both on Flosstube, for giving me shout outs in the last couple of weeks. That is very much appreciated, and thank you very much for that. So today I'm going to show you the whips that I've been working on, a little bit of haul and a fully finished object that I done during the week on a couple of days that I didn't stitch due to I got a couple of, don't really want to show that on camera, but I had a biopsy on a couple of skin spots and I've got a few stitches in my arm, and for a couple of days it was a little bit sore to be using that arm stitching as I'm a two-handed stitcher. So I took the opportunity to fully finish one of my objects, and I'll get around to showing that a little bit later. So let's get into my projects that I worked on for the past fortnight. And the first one that I worked on was this one, which is a Santa at the Door stocking by Soucis. The artwork is by Hazel Bardon. Now, if you've been watching my videos for a little while, this is the one that I am doing for my niece's new baby, who was born a couple of weeks ago. Now doing it for her for Christmas, so I'm going to be concentrating on it a little bit more, probably doing 3 days in the fortnight rather than 2, just so I can get it done in the time frame. I'm hoping to have it done by the end of, fully finished, made into a stocking by the end of November at the very latest. So I'll put in a picture of where it was, and then this is where I'm up to. So I worked on this for 3 days and I got 1,820 stitches into it. So this is the heel of the stocking, and then I'll move over and finish off this, and then the toe of the stocking's over here further, obviously. And then all I've got to do is the bit up the top. But if I concentrate on this for 3 days a fortnight, I'm hoping that I'll get it done, because then that'll give me a little bit of time to find fabric that I like for it and make it into a stocking. Because I will be adding a few inches. So the stocking finishes up here, but I'll be adding probably 20 stitches of white in here, and I'll put Bub's name in there as well. So that is that one, and it is being stitched on 16 count white Aida. The next one that I stitched on was Soucis by a Long Dog Samplers. Oh, it seemed to be shaking a little bit today, don't know why. Let's just leave that because you guys will end up getting a headache trying to focus on the shaking screen. Alright, so I'll put in a pic of where it was, and this is where I'm up to. Now I am doing this on 16 count white Aida, and I am using Silks For You silk floss in a purple and a variegated teal. All loving the way that teal is stitching up. I don't know if you'll see the variegation as much, might do, but yeah, I am loving the way that teal is stitching up, so really enjoying this one. I stitched on it for 2 days and I got 1,360 stitches into it. Okay, and my next one was a new start. Seems to be that I am all into the new starts lately. As I said on one of my Facebook group chats, I have discovered the joys of starting everything. Well, I'm not going to start everything because I have nearly 100 projects kitted up, 100 full coverage projects kitted up. I'm not going to go that crazy, but I think I will try to cap myself at, I know I said ages back that I'd cap myself at 10. I've gone past that. I'm hoping to cap myself at 14. So that way I've got 7 different projects, each fortnightly rotation, to show you if I get to stitch on them. But anyway, this one is by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Laura Prindle, and it's called Mini Shaman. Absolutely love this one. It's gorgeous. I've had it for probably 5 years and just never got around to starting it, because I think I was a little bit daunted and intimidated by the fact that a lot of people kept saying there's a hell of a lot of confetti in Heaven and Earth minis. Well, there's a hell of a lot of confetti in any Heaven and Earth design, but in the minis there is, because they're condensed down so much. And I think I was holding off a little bit because back then it was only paper pattern. Now that I've got, now that I've been using Pattern Keeper for the last 2 years, I think it's been out, it is going to make it so much easier. So, didn't get a great deal done on this, but this is what I, nearly knocked his out with me Q-snap. This is what I did get done. So, I stitched on this for 2 days and got 800 stitches into it. Once again, I started in the center. So I think, looking at the pattern, I'm in the middle of his mane there somewhere. Let me just hold this up. I think I'm in this section here somewhere on the pattern. So I'm always a center starter. I much prefer that. Gets you to the interesting bits of the pattern quicker. But this is being stitched on a 16 count white Aida. So that is my new start for this fortnight, and it's in my feather project bag that I made myself. Alright, the last one that I worked on was, well, since the 1st of September, was on Thursday. Was it Thursday? Yes, it was Thursday. The next installment of the Fox and Rabbit Mystery Sampler was released. So I thought I'd work on it and get it out of the road. And this is the section that was released, which is the autumn. I'm so glad that Brendan chose to do autumn. Yes, I know it's upside down, but once I show you the whole thing, you'll understand why. I'm so glad that Brendan chose to do autumn as the wording rather than fall. I think autumn is a more widely used name for the season. But yeah, that is it. Once again, this is being stitched on a 16 count hand dyed Aida that I dyed myself, and it is using a variety of Silks for You threads. Now I'll show you the whole thing. So that is a whole piece. I'm assuming that once you frame it, or however you want to finish it, you can always just spin it around so the corresponding season is facing up the right way. But that is the way that it was started, and that's the way I'm stitching it. So all of my stitches are going in the same direction. I worked on that for 4 days and I got the 2,630 stitches into it. Leave that out because one of those is part of my haul. So that is the 4 projects that I worked on for the fortnight. I worked a total of 11 days and I got, let me just quickly add this up. $6,410 stitches in the fortnight. There were, as I said, there were the 3 days there. I had the biopsy last Monday, so I didn't stitch on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, Tuesday I couldn't stitch because I had a double shift. We had a dinner at work, which I worked, and Wednesday my arm was still a little bit tender, just the movement of having to stitch. It's coming good now. It's been a week. I go and get the stitches out on Thursday and get the results of the biopsy. I'm assuming that the bigger one on my arm will need to be taken out completely. I had a big one and I had a small one. The small one they took out completely and stitched it up. The big one they just took a sample out of the middle of it so they can figure out what type of skin cancer it is, and then I suppose figure out the treatment and that. But yeah, they are the ones that they are the 4 projects that I worked on for the fortnight. So I'll go into my haul. I got my Silks for You, August Silks for You Colour of the Month Club in. And just gotta find this one. Right. These are the 4 colours that I got. One's on a floss drop because I used it for the pumpkins on my, well, I'm assuming they're pumpkins, but the pumpkins are on the mystery sampler. So this one is an orange. It is PR189. That's what I call. We have PR078. It's got purples and oranges in it. We have PR106, which is yellows and purples, oranges. And then we have PR057, which is a darker orange. I debated using this one or this one for the sampler, but I chose this one because it's probably a bit closer to the colour of the outside of a pumpkin. Well, depends on what pumpkin you have, I suppose. So that is my Silks for You. Oh, yeah, Silks for You Country Colour of the Month Club. And then, as we all know, Heaven and Earth was having a 50% off Labor Day sale. And yes, I did succumb to it this time around. So the two patterns that I got was this one, which is Waterhole Masters by David Penfound. I debated between getting this one, which is the regular size, and getting the mini. Now, when I looked at the mock-up of the mini and the regular, yes, the mini lost a little bit of detail, but it wasn't overly horrible. You could still see. The only thing I was concerned about was the birds. These birds and stuff in the background might have, once stitched up, might have lost a fair bit of detail and just been blobs in the project. So then when I worked it out, because I don't stitch on 25 count, I stitch on 16 or 18 count Aida. So when I worked it out, I thought I'll stitch it on 18 count Aida. And it worked out to be, I think it was 40 with the 3-inch border all the way around. The size of it worked out to be, I think it was 71 inches by 49 inches, something like that. And I'm just gone, stuff it. It'll work out the same size as my Indians that I will show you in a second. And I'll just make another wall hanging out of it. So I decided to go with that. I do know, I think Dizzy Stitcher is going to be running a sale, or is running a sale on it. There's quite a few of the rest of us in one of the in the chat groups that have all sort of jumped on board, and we'll all be starting it either at the same time or close enough to the same time and doing it as a sale. And then the second one that I got, I had quite a few people message me and say, Kel, this is right up your alley. I think you really need to get it. And I thought, oh, no, I'll hold off. And then when the sale came up, I just went, nah, I'll get it. And it is this one, which is the Shaped Wolf by Greg Giordano. Now, it has no background, so it is just the wolf that you're stitching. I will do this on 18 count as well, but I'm thinking that I will hand dye it, and I might do it in like a dark terracotta sort of a colour, which will bring out, it will contrast really well with the whiteness and those colours in there of the wolf, and the terracotta colour will be really, really good for the Native American design of it. So I will be getting the floss and the fabric. I'll order that. Might not start that one until the start of the year. I might leave that one as my new year, new start. I'll just see how things pan out, because I do have one more new start that I want to do before the end of the year. the floss is on its way, so hopefully as soon as I get that I can start it. And that is Protector, the one that Darren gifted to me. It's a Pain-Free Crafts pattern. So yeah, those two probably won't be started until the end of the year once I have all my stuff together for them. As I said, I have found why people start so many things and the enjoyment that they get out of it. Alright, the next little bit of, well, I don't know if it's really classed as haul, but I entered into a giveaway on Facebook. It was Maria on, I think her channel's Ali Juno's Crafty Corner, I think it is. She makes a lot of her own floss, her own project bags and stuff like that. And she was giving away a couple of project bags. Usually I don't enter a lot of giveaways, mainly because I can make a lot of stuff myself, and I feel that there's other viewers that probably not so much deserve it more, but would probably enjoy them more than what, or not even so much enjoy them more than what I, but yeah, like I can buy a lot of my own stuff and what haven't you, but this one I couldn't resist entering it. As soon as I seen it, I was like, yes, I need this one. And it is this project bag, this horsey project bag that Maria made. And it was just, yeah, lucky that I won it. So it came all the way from America, and she sent it over to here to Australia, and it's just got a pink lining in it. Now all I've got to do is find a project to go in it. So thank you, Maria, for sending that over to me. I very much appreciate it. Absolutely love it. As you can see, the horses on it is right up my alley. All right, so the next thing that I am going to show you is my fully finished object. Now, this has been in the making for quite a few years. I know I finished the actual stitching 3 or 4 years ago, I think it is now. Something like that. And just from the sheer size of it, here in Australia, it would have cost me probably well over $1,000 to get it professionally framed. And I think I've told the story about the framers in my area. I just don't trust them with any of my stitched projects. So I decided to make this one into a wall hanging. And I knew I had in my mind a particular fabric that I wanted to use. It was either going to be a brown fabric to look like a brown timber frame, or it was going to be like a dark reddish fabric to match in with the stitching. And I just so happened to go into my local Spotlight store, and I was looking around at some of the fabrics and stuff, and I found this fabric, which as soon as I seen it, sorry, there's fluff and everything all over it. I haven't given it a proper clean down. There's fluff and little bits of... Anyway, soon as I seen this fabric, I knew that it was absolutely perfect for this project. So I grabbed a couple of meters of it because, as you can see, it is quite a large project. I think now that it's now that it's finished, it is 130 centimeters by 70 centimeters. So it is quite large. Now, this is what it looks like finished. This is called Sacred Connections. It is by a chart by Charting Creations. Now, as you can see, this fabric is absolutely perfect to match this stitching. Just the colours of it just matches it absolutely beautiful. So I'll try to give you a closer up look of it, but because it's so big, it is going to be a little bit harder. But yeah, that is it. I am super happy with it. It is one of my most favorite pieces. I think I've said this before, I wouldn't stitch it if I didn't like it. I'm not one of those that will just stitch anything and everything. I stitch with the plan in mind that it will eventually be hung up on my wall or be used as a pillow or something like that. So yeah, I absolutely love this piece. Let me just scoot back on the bed a little bit, see if I can get this in frame fully. So yeah, I am hoping that by my next video in 2 weeks' time, it will be actually hanging up on my wall here behind my bed. I have the doweling rod and the hooks and everything to hang it up, but I didn't want to hang it up until I'd showed you all, and I just made 6 little tags out of the same fabric, obviously, to hang it by, and I used a little bit of wadding in it, so it's kind of quilted. But yeah, that is my wall hanging. Absolutely love it, really do. I think any of my huge pieces that I'm going to do from now on, I think I will finish them off as a wall hanging. And the good thing with the wall hanging is you can easily swap them out when and if you have to or want to. So that is my whips, my haul, my fully finished object. Let's get into the giveaway that I have organised for, or I've thought about, once I reach 500 subscribers, which I did over the weekend. Now, I'm not going to be a channel that'll be giving away stuff all the time. Once I reach certain milestones, I've done one when I reached 200, I'll do one now at 500, I'll probably do another one at 750, and then another probably bigger major one at 1,000 subscribers, if I ever reach that many subscribers. I'll probably do one, what was I saying? I'll probably do one on my first Flossiversary as well, and then I'll just intersperse them during the year when I feel like it. As I said, I'm not going to be one that'll be giving away prizes or giving away stuff all the time. But these little kits I found at my local Spotlight store. I thought they were kind of cute. They are from DMC. They are a full kit. They've got the cotton, they've got 18 count. Both have 18 count? Yes. They've all got 18 count Aida, a needle. They've got the chart. Everything in there for you to start it. They are from the Australiana collection by DMC. They are an intermediate ranking, I suppose you could call it. because there is, I'd say there is maybe some quarter stitches or something like that. There is back stitching and stuff in it as well. They're only little small ones, but I thought they were kind of cute, and because they are Australian animals, I thought it'd be something nice that some of my viewers, especially if they're overseas, if they won them, they could do them and always think about Australia. So these are the three kits that I've got. I would have liked to have got 3 different ones, but because they had possum, cockatoo, galah and koala, but these are the only ones that they had left. So I got 2 koalas. Everyone loves a drop bear, don't they? And I got the possum. So these will be drawn as 3 individual giveaways. I will send to anywhere. So all the usual things, don't say giveaway, don't say freebie, anything like that, because I really would like it to go to a viewer that actually cross stitches and not just a bot or someone that is trolling YouTube for those particular words and just wants to get some free stuff to then on-sell them. So please be over the age of 18, because I will need your address to send them to. So for the 2 koala ones, just put koala. Actually, no, put drop bear. I love drop bears. So for this one, put drop bear. I will draw 2 of those individually off the same comments. And then for this one, put possum. So you've got drop bear, D-R-O-P-B-E-A-R, and possum, P-O-S-S-U-M. They're just a couple of little Australian type things that I thought would be cute for some of you viewers to win. So yeah, guys, that is everything that I've got for you today. I will draw those on my next video, and that one will be on the Monday the 19th of September will be my next whip update and Flosstube. Once again, I didn't do a stitch with me last week because of my arm. I'll see how I feel. I might do one on the coming Monday, but as Jen the Caffeinated Stitcher says, they're fake plans. I make plans and then I don't really get around to doing them, but that's all right. So thank you for tuning in and watching me. I really appreciate all of your comments and everything like that that you leave for me. I do try to get around and answer everyone back, even if it is only with a couple of emojis, but I do try to recognize that you have left a comment and that I have seen it. I really appreciate all of you for coming over and subscribing. If you have enjoyed this video, please like and comment. It just bumps me up in the algorithm of Flosstube that little bit more and makes my videos more viewable to people that might not have seen me before. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and the little bell, which will notify you when I put up a new video. So yeah, everyone, that is everything. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you all have a great 2 weeks until I see you next time on my whip update. Please stay safe and take care wherever you are, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.